Super kitisha tubanana hakuna vile dai hapana akamna bistako na fanana nikule niruke kalazaras biti kitamini madana biti kitamini masaka katumbari tena masala isa flani ya mapachela floni chafu imeparara kusini mpaka huko marala wanaka beef salama nipate street paradise don't you have to funny clowns nani mkari hapa ndani mkani get pasi now all you got is funny just to free around the shiny never dumb me down for the public I keep it 100 I've been a team took a ABC homie please take the emphasis get to know what the difference is between you and I am devilish I just keep it with my fellowship I know you really feel that melody all my really feel that melanin I just really get a better deal the black kings with a membership outside boy fellowship I love echaro kuwapi kowera floni tamu kama mozzarella I'm just really getting fed up this whole game is a setup I just wanna get my bread up shout out Romano my fella nina machizi masela toka wasa mpaka Kiseri zangu zimeshika zimeguantana super kitisha na mkamata super kitisha tubanana hakuna venye tadai hapana akamna bistako na fanana tuke kalazaras zangu zimeshika zimeguantana.
Good afternoon. Good evening from the 254.
Super kitisha tubana
9 minutes to 9 p.m. right here in the 254 Kenya. This is the Black Hot Fire Network radio station, media of the 21st century. Guantanamo by HR the messenger. Featuring Scam Cardinali. Good afternoon, Karibuni Sana family. Hope you guys are doing amazing. To everyone who's live with us on Twitter, on YouTube, on our Rumble page, on the YouTube page, on our show page, on the TV, and also everyone live with us on the radio station and on Spreaker Live. Rather, those who get to catch the shows on Spotify. Hope you guys are doing amazing, having a wonderful time. 8 minutes to 9 p.m. That's the time on my end. And of course, I'm your host, Joby, and of course we get to do this every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, the Africa Today show, and I'll be joined in a few minutes by Mr. Black Hot Fire himself. And of course today we shall be discussing about the Donald Trump, who has he really destroyed Kamala Harris, because the debate for me was actually, if I try to look at both the parties, for me I'm trying to look at where it's not like both of them are innocent, both of these candidates, there is something they have done that has not benefited the people, and I don't believe literally there is anyone who's clean, but we shall be discussing about that, of course, sharing a couple of videos of what went down during the debate. Or I do know majority of you, of course, picked maybe 1, 2, 3 things, but we shall be, of course, talking about that. But as we get started, I want to highlight some discussion that we had for today earlier on my show, and that is regarding, of course, the demonstration that was happening in the 254 because of the airport that is supposed to be taken or given away to an Indian company for the next coming 30 years. So far as we talk, Kenya is one of the countries, of course, we saw leading in the China-Africa Summit, and we saw literally one of the agendas they had, or some of the things they had to talk about, what they were talking about, is how actually Kenya can benefit, not just Kenya, but Africa at large, can benefit in industrialization, agriculture, which you can see the development or us benefiting is through genetically modified food and all that. But Kenya literally has been doing super crazy things, not amazing things. At the beginning of the year, we saw some state-owned companies actually were sold away to some private companies, and of course some other shareholders who were not even mentioned. And that actually has led, like, so far we have so much rationing of electricity in the 254, to be specific in Rongai, but literally in 254 the whole country has been facing. If you notice, for the past few weeks, our shows have not been consistent either. We're going to miss the Africa Today show, especially on Fridays, or maybe something is going to happen during the show. But there's been rationing, and we're talking about literally our main airport, which is not literally ours, because I remember back in 2021, me discovering That was one of the assumed companies that are ours. Literally, we saw it being claimed and it not even having a title deed. We can't trace the owners of who are the original owners of these companies and all that. And it just gave answers to how we have so many set up companies in Africa, not just Kenya, but which are not owned by the names like the Dangote Foundation and all that, the Dangote Oil, the Dangote companies, and whatever you can mention, literally that Dangote has, it is all funded, but it is all funded and it is all controlled, not owned by Dangote. And that actually comes back to the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport. We know that the British family, of course, do have a very big share of this airport that is in Kenya. But we've been seeing in the few months there has been a back and forth, of course, going on debate online. And of course, the people of Kenya are very much concerned about what direction is the 254 taking. And of course, earlier today we had demonstration, and I want to share the video of what took place just right now as I get to also discuss or that read an article of which I see that is the cabinet secretary of I don't know what he really stands for, but he says that actually the government has not signed into this agreement. So the people are demonstrating, of course, because this is going to lead to loss of job opportunities, which already it's rare to find, understanding nepotism, the bribing, corruption that has long run Africa. But let me share this very quickly as we get to continue. This is not a small number of employees. This is actually a very large number of employees. Imagine all these people being replaced by Indians, because that is how Indians, we see them running their businesses, especially in Africa. They employ their very own people. They don't. And if they allow Africans to work in their premises or their companies, they're watched like dogs. You're watched like, it's you're gonna steal something. I always love using a friend of mine who has gone through the experience, how she told me how she was being treated and all that, you know. So of course this is very alarming, and I'm so proud to see that actually the employees under the JKIA have gone to the streets, and not just to the streets, actually on the ground to demonstrate, because the earlier today I was reporting where there's slow movement in the on the airport because of the ongoing demonstration. And I'm so proud to see actually Kenyans standing for themselves. I'm certain if this was the age, the era of our mothers, our fathers, they would have literally allowed this to happen. But I'm proud to see the movement we started is making and pushing us to actually even call and reclaim more of the things that they want us to assume, because they thought probably that us rejecting the financial bill, that was the end of it. But I'm so proud to see that the movement that has been begun, or rather that was started because of the financial bill, has led African countries, even if it is minimal ways, one day, once a month, it is at least making people react more than the way we were back then. If you try look at years back then, because we've grown up with and dealt with dictators, Africa being shut for not being allowed to know the truth. It is super, super crazy. But that is what took place today earlier in the 254. And I just want to read what the cabinet secretary, I do believe this is probably the cabinet secretary of transport or something to do with that. But they're saying that the Kenyan government has reiterated that no formal agreement has been signed in the Indian multinational company Adani Group regarding the proposed 250 billion Kenyan shillings expansion of the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport. Transportation Cabinet Secretary Davis Chirchir acknowledged the government failure to fully disclose details of the deal, but emphasized that no binding contract exists. He says, today, over the past few weeks, we have attempted to communicate. There was a bit of lapses of communication in the way we have carried the privately initiated investments by Adani in this airport. They're also saying aviation workers represented by the Kenya Aviation Workers Union had downed tools for 24 hours to protest of the proposed deal, and the operations of the JKIA and the fringe airports outside the capital, Nairobi, were paralyzed, leaving travelers very stranded, which I was reporting today on my show. And I'm just so proud personally to see there's a back and forth confusion. They're trying to create a confusion. That is what I'd say, so that Kenyans cannot understand what is fully happening. If yes, they have signed the airport into Adani or not. And going back to history, actually, I saw that Adani had once also gone to invest or tried to do something in Australia, and the Australian people demonstrated till they left the country. So this is, I don't know if it's an individual, because they're saying it's a billionaire. This guy who owns this Adani company, an Indian billionaire.
Yeah, I don't, it's his namesake, but it's probably publicly traded, probably on the stock market. So he started the company, so he still got control of it, but it's probably has shareholders. So it's probably not a private company, Joe. It's probably publicly owned. So it means that he started it, and then he wanted to put it on the stock market to have other investors add money, value to make it a bigger company, and so he could be worldwide. So that's when you take a company from private to public. So he's probably got shareholders.
Okay.
Yeah. So but the whole thing is illegal. So you know, these moronic ass corrupt puppets thought that they were going to be able to sell the lease to Kenyan airport without the consent of the people, that they would line their pockets and turn one of the greatest Kenyan assets over to foreigners, because there is no shame with these African puppets. Shout out to the individuals, Bikini Fossil's minister, who was pointing that out during the Chinese summit. He said, most of these niggas here are puppets. He said, most of these people here, most of these leaders, they don't speak for themselves. They're all controlled. So the deals they make here, they can't say yes, so they run back and ask their masters. He said in Paris and England and the United States. So these deals don't mean they got to go ask their masters. That's why things don't never work right in Africa. It's still controlled. African leaders looking all crazy.
But going back to history, I bumped into a video on TikTok earlier today, and saw that actually Adani was present in Australia. And I want to read the article before we get to move on. It says Adani operations in Australia appear to be hanging on by the thread. That was an article that was released in 2017.
Yeah, because
white
people not like black people. They're not gonna give up their shit to some Indians come in like, are you out of your mind? No. So yeah, they're gonna shut it down.
Yeah, so they say that Adani operation in Australia appear to be hanging on by the thread as activists prove effective at undermining the company chances getting the finance it needs. China seems to have ruled out funding for the mine, which means it's not just Adani proposed Kamikal coal mine that, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, that is under threat, but also its existing Aboti Point coal terminal, which sits near Bowen behind the Great Barrier Reef.
So
the campaign, sorry.
So it means they're a multinational company. So it means they just don't do airports; they also in mining and everything else. So that means they were trying to mine outside the Great Barrier Reef. That's like a structure of little islands that sit on the coast of Australia. And for environmental reasons, you wouldn't want anybody to mine it because it would destroy the ecosystem itself. It would destroy it. You don't want the Great Barrier Reef, the ecosystem, destroyed, because it also would collapse your fishing industry there, because fish eat on that Great Barrier Reef. So what they would do environmentally, that would be a no-no. You wouldn't do that because you would collapse your fishing industry. So nah, you're not gonna allow that.
Yeah, so they said that the campaign against the mine has been long. Environmentalists first tried to use Australia environmental laws to block it from going ahead, and then failing that, uh,
And then,
focused
exactly.
focused on pressuring financial institutions first here uh, and then around the world. The news of the Beijing has left Adani out of the dry camps as one as on the
They
ground
let, they let,
protest.
they let them out to dry. They said the Chinese said, no, this is a bad deal. You're going to fuck us up too. So they said, we're out. They hung them out to dry. Like, all right, we out of this.
Mhm.
No.
It's crazy. So they have been literally trying to invest in different countries here and there. That is what I'm picking from this. They're trying to
Of course,
not just invest but benefit because
yeah, they call it a multinational conglomerate. So that's what you would have in a multinational conglomerate. So um, they go around the world trying to, get the best deals and controlling someone else's resources or someone else's property. They call it management. All this is scams. Take control of someone's industries and they make money off of it. But they fire most of the staff because they want to make it lean so they can just extract all the profit out of something. So they never bring any value to anything because they don't build it, they don't create anything.
mhm,
They actually suck all the money out of a place by saying they're going to manage it better than what you did.
mhm.
So it's always some kind of scam.
But as we get to move on, also we have
Adam Live TV saying hello, beautiful. Thank you for calling me beautiful.
Hello Westlands TV. Is this West Adams, not Westlands, West Adams TV,
What's
not
Adam?
YouTube.
Whatever, calm down.
Mhm. But as we get to move on, we have James Al Jones, if I'm pronouncing his name correctly, who was been pronounced dead today. And actually, not today, but that was on September 9th, sorry.
What is
And
James Earl Jones? I thought he'd already died. He's
damn,
still living. He just died. I thought he's already dead. He's got to be like 100 years old. I thought he was dead already. I thought James Earl Jones had already died. Shit. He's the voice of Darth Vader. Yeah, Luke, I am your father, Luke. I am
mhm.
your father, Luke. Everybody knows that historical voice of Darth Vader. That's James Earl Jones, and a historical actor played it. Damn, how old was he, Joe? Like 100? I thought he was already dead and stinking.
93.
Damn, okay, I thought he was older than that. I thought he was 100. He'd been around so long, way before I was born. So I thought the Negro was already dead. I didn't know he was still living. Goddamn.
Yes, so I shared this video of his of him talking about the 4th July incident that happened way back then. Share it.
To mock me by asking me to speak today?
One of the greatest voices that ever lived.
What
He's considered to have one
to
of the
the
greatest
American
voices ever.
slave is your 4th of July?
You're the 4th of July.
I answer, a day that
Yeah,
reveals to him more than all other days of the year the gross injustice and cruelty to which he is a constant victim. To him, your celebration is a sham.
the sham. It's
Your
hot.
boasted liberty, an unholy license, your national greatness, swelling vanity,
Pause it, Joe.
your sounds of rejoicing.
I want to pause it because this is what I was talking about with Camlish and them on the Tabunga show that we were talking about the NFL. I stopped partaking in the NFL, guys. I'm already old. I was always in my 40s at the time, no, late 30s, whatever it was. When I finally said I had to, step back from the NFL and stop supporting a racist system, talking about the portrait of us not, because the Africans just said, we don't want to stand for the flag. It's racist to us. It was racist. If you don't mind, we don't want to be disrespectful to your shit. We just want to kneel in silence while you do your national anthem. With Kenyans and anybody else sing the national anthem, not about hurting them. The American national anthem is actually talking about hurting African people, slaving us, beating us, hitting us in the head, whipping us. So we're going to say, hey, that's your thing. And God bless you for it. We're just going to take a knee. We're going to reflect. Maybe we're Christian, we're going to say a prayer. We're Muslim, whatever. Do our prayers, whatever group of religion we follow. We're going to take a knee. And we're going to decide not to, pledge allegiance to your goofy flag that he's talking about now. We're just going to take a knee. We're not going to sing your national anthem. And just black people trying to be respectful. I guess I was an irritant. I was naive. I did not expect. I'm naive. I was making Black Eye Pride at that time. I was still naive. I knew they were racist, but I didn't know the level of racism that was still deep in this country. I somehow been naive, say, yeah, it's bad, but it's not too bad. But no, when black people just said we want to respectfully decline and just take a knee, respectfully, we don't want nothing against you people, just for our own dignity. That's all black people said. We want our own dignity everywhere around this country. You no good, dirty niggas. You better get your ass up, and you better goddamn respect the flag, and you better respect the goddamn anthem. I was like, whoa. I was all on social media. You filthy niggas, how dare you? Who the fuck do you think you are, you slaving ass niggas? I was like, and at that time, I wasn't ever using the word nigga. You guys, everybody knows, but we got never used the N-word ever. And it was so, I don't know, I guess I was so shocked. It hurt me to my soul. I was like, wow, this hate is so like over the top. The hatred for African people is so deep. It's so treacherous. I was waking up like an irritant. I was waking up my slumber like, because I told my kids, we know we got racism, but they're white people treat them like you would. That's no big deal.
I feel like all national anthems are meant to favor the white man. You think
the Kenyan one is? I thought the African one would be about Africa. What does the Kenyan one talk about? What do they say when you guys do the Kenyan national anthem? What is it saying?
Oh God of all creation, let peace. Let me see. Let me see. I don't even remember that shit. Let me try. Look, just give me a minute. But yeah, it starts with the oh God of all creation.
Okay. That's nothing bad yet. That's not saying, oh God, you filthy niggas.
Nah, I feel like personally, there's a time I questioned this. I feel like all national anthems, because after independency we acquired national anthems by whose laws?
Because you were supposed because at you get independence, you're supposed to have a national anthem that represents you. It's not calling the Kenyans filthy niggas. So it might not be exactly correct, but it's not disrespectful to you as an African. So I could sing that one.
Oh God of all.
How's it go? Just say Google, what are the lyrics to the Kenyan national anthem?
Yeah, let me pause it. I don't want it to sing. Yeah, it says, "Oh God of all creation, bless this our land and nation.
All
Justice be our shield and defender. May we dwell in unity, peace, and liberty. Plenty be found within our borders." There's actually.
Don't mean it's because they don't mean it's true, but it's good that they're saying. We're not saying
Kamlesh defined the whole thing, and he said, nah. There's a time he defined the whole thing. He said, no. Okay. Then it says, let one and all arise with hearts and both strong and true. With hearts and both strong and true service be our earnest endeavor, and our homeland of Kenya, heritage and splendor, firm may we stand to defend.
That all sounds great. I don't see nothing bad. Whether they meant to do it or not, there's nothing disrespectful in there. There's nothing about hate African people. There's nothing in that. The American shit says hate the niggas. Niggas are fucked up. So that's So we're saying respectfully, it destroys our dignity, Joby. Respectfully, we respectfully decline. That's all we were saying. We respectfully say you sing it, represents you, and that's fine. But allow us to disengage from it. And since that had a threat to white people's power, and I know how visceral I know they hate us, but I know it's gonna be so visceral. We didn't do nothing disrespect. We just taking a knee. We say, hey, this is your national anthem. Celebrate it. The African people, it's disrespectful to us. So we're just gonna take a knee. We're just not gonna do it, Joby.
Mm-hmm.
So why do I gotta be all filthy niggas now? And they want to burn us and shit and kill us
because you're claiming you're right.
We're all filthy and no good now, and we're all fucked up. And so that kind of, I ain't gonna lie, I'm naive. That broke my heart. I was like, wow, they can't even give us the respect to just say, give us some dignity. I said, I can't be fucking with this NFL shit no more. I can't. I never thought I could ever give the NFL. When I see that, I was like, nah. Because I was like, man, I can't. I said, how can I call myself an African fighting for African rights? I don't still look at some shit that calls us filthy niggas. What kind of man am I? What kind of African? So that's why I disengaged from the NFL. I said, there's no way I can contribute even watching this shit, spend any money on it. It's a wrap for me. So I don't know who won the last Super Bowl. I don't know who was even in it. I don't watch none of the games. Of course, I was like every black American. I was addicted to that shit. Same way Cameron addicted to that soccer shit. I was addicted to that NFL shit every Sunday. Who playing? Oh my God. Ooh, yeah. Well, be quiet. Tell my wife, shut up. Don't talk to me while I'm looking at the game. You go do your thing with your girlfriends or something. Tell the kids to shut the hell up. So after that, I knew it was racist, but I just didn't. I guess I was naive. I want to say I was somewhat naive, and I wanted to believe. I guess I was like a South African was. I knew. I wasn't that fucked up. I wasn't that fucked up, but I was still thinking that they're bad, but they can't be this bad. They're bad. All the bad shit they did, well, they can't be this bad. And anytime you think they don't show you, they are. They show you. I was like, wow. And it hurt me. I'm like, I was hurt. I was like, the hate is that deep. They don't even want us to have any self-respect. They don't even care that we respect ourselves. Doesn't matter if we even have self-respect. Wow. This is crazy. But show me the truth. Each time I try to give white people a pass, they smack me in the face. Hey, stupid. So we are. I mean, I'm like, yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I fucked up. I thought I was in South Africa for a minute. Shit. Go ahead, Joe. You go and play it.
Mm-hmm. Let me play this video.
Are empty and heartless. Your denunciation of tyrants, brass-fronted impudence. Your shouts of liberty and equality, hollow mockery. Yep. Your prayers and hymns, your sermons and thanksgivings, with all your religious parade and solemnity, are to him mere bombast, fraud, deception, impiety, and hypocrisy. A thin veil to cover up crimes that would disgrace a nation of savages.
Yeah, the savages.
There's not a nation of the earth guilty of practices more shocking and bloody than are the people of these United States at this very hour.
Call you true.
At a time like this, scorching irony, not convincing argument is needed. Oh, had I the ability and could reach the nation's ear, I would today pour forth a stream, a fiery stream of biting ridicule, blasting reproach, withering sarcasm, and stern rebuke. For it is not light that is needed, but fire. It is not the gentle shower, but thunder. We need the storm, the whirlwind, the earthquake. The feeling of the nation must be quickened. The conscience of the nation must be roused.
We don't have a conscience.
The propriety of the nation must be startled. The hypocrisy of the nation must be exposed, and the crimes against God and man must be proclaimed and denounced.
I'm gonna send this video. Oh, let me send this video to you quick. Let me play this one. This. But you can't explain why the savage of white people just blows your mind. You're talking about a savage giving you a religion. Brother, you don't get out here with your fucked up, goofy religion out my face. You fucking savage. You keep your fake Jesus. You shove him up your ass. About your loving Jesus.
As you share that one, let me share this one.
Go ahead. I gotta find it.
Republicans, including Donald Trump's vice presidential running mate J.D. Vance, have spread disparaging racist rumors about the Haitian community in Springfield, Ohio. They claim Haitian immigrants eat pets and other animals such as local ducks.
Yeah, he said that.
Disparaging memes aside,
that was on the damn debate. He talking about Haitian immigrants and black Africans running around eating cats and shit, stealing people's pets and eating them. Like, not really. Crazy. Go ahead.
Has raised the alarm on the rapidly growing Haitian community in Ohio.
Springfield's Haitian population has increased 15 to 20,000 over the last 4 years in a community of under 60,000 previous residents, putting a significant strain on our resources. There are a whole host of ways in which this immigration problem, I think, is having very real human consequences.
A senior representative replied,
but they never give you the context how Haiti was a prosperous nation. Joby told you they went in and stole Haitians' banks, stole their gold and their money out the bank. This is what white people did. When did Haiti? They don't ever mention this. They never mention this shit here. How white people invaded Haiti to steal its resources, of course, and then stole all its fucking money. They don't never mention this. It's just, oh, look at these niggas. They're fucked up. Their country's fucked up. Not that white people fucked it up like they did in Africa with invasions. No, that they always leave that. They leave that little part. These savages always leave their savagery out of the shit. They'll sit there and come, these niggas, see how fucked up Haiti is, fucked up. Not that it was a prosperous nation. Haiti was the richest country in the fucking West Indies. At one time, he was richer than America. How does the richest country go to the most poorest? Oh, white people come in and steal your shit. They come in and they steal your shit. They're savage. And so these Africans that were in Haiti, they freed, they'll never teach you this either. Most of the people that had slaves all throughout the Americas, Haiti freed them. Same way Tanzania and Africa were freeing people. Haiti was freeing all these other Africans from white people. And so that made them a mark. So they knew once they got advanced enough, with better technology, because Africans don't ever think war because we're stupid. We're too kind, we're too loving and shit. We don't think about war. White man's always a savage, always a goddamn brutal savage, always thinking about war. So when he was able to improve his war machine, so, oh yeah, I'm able to go get Haiti now, motherfucker. They can't defeat me now. At that time, Haitians always defeating the white man. Defeated France, England, America, defeated everybody. But, of course, the white man always developed more weapons. Black people don't. Some strange reason they want to be peaceful. You understand? You're dealing with a savage on the planet. You better prepare for war all the time. Because the white man's coming to see you and steal your shit. And then blame you while you're all fucked up. That's the little scam they've been running throughout the planet since they got power. They come steal your shit and blame why you look like Eric Prince. Africa's all fucked up. Look at these niggas in Africa. Not that they stole all their shit. No. They always leave out that caveat. They came to Africa, stole all the shit, still stealing the shit today. So that's what Haiti happened. So Haiti, the Americans going in 1920 something, going and killing Haiti, just invaded the country, invaded them, kill innocent people, burned them down, burned their parliamentary system down, burned their parliament house down to the ground, went to their banks, stole all the money in it, stole it. Historical fact. Stole all their money, killed all the politicians who said, you're not going to take over the country. Said, yes, we are, nigga. So they killed all them. So they genocided the people that wouldn't go along with them stealing all their shit. See, the white man ain't mention none of that. That history don't mention none of that. The shit they do, they just completely obfuscate that. Like, what? So they go in, they kill everybody who won't be a bootlick, who won't allow them to steal the country and the resources. Why are these white people constantly in Haiti? Because of the resources. I told you it was once the richest fucking place in the world. It's a fact. Go ahead, Joe.
You remember on Monday or yesterday or Monday, I was reading about now them thinking about removing the Kenyan troops and installing the UN peacekeepers, who wrote the records of back then they were there in 2007, 2004, and they committed nothing but sexual assault to children, you know.
They were raping kids, Joby, sexually abusing children, stealing children, organ harvesting. Because much of you guys don't know about being black, you're melanin, black people. Your body's a Ferrari. You got the best organs. I told you bad and black is bad. It's a lie. It's an absolute fucking lie. Why your organs are the best. Like where you go in Africa, and any kind of black country, black area, they're still in the organ harvesting your ass. So, shout out to you, Dick. That's right. None of them for us, exactly. Trump is for the white people and for the illegals, but they're both controlled by the same Jewish master, as you've seen during that debate, right? So J.D. Vance is talking. He's Trump's vice president pick. He's now vice president unelected. He's his nomination, his choice. So he's talking this same white supremacist con game that they always do. They leave out historical facts where they don't want to be the savages that they are. Haiti was prosperous, the most prosperous place on the planet. Also, the black Haitians said, motherfucker, we're going to end slavery. We're going to fight to end it. So they helped what they call, you going to look this up, Venezuela. Haiti went down there and fought, freed Venezuela ass. Haiti went down and fought, freed Colombia ass. Haiti. So that was a thorn in the white man's side that these niggas had the audacity, because not only did they free the Africans down there in Venezuela and Colombia, they freed them from white people, because that's when what? These countries got their independence from either Great Britain, Spain, Portugal, whatever these colonial powers were. So these South American countries got their freedom with the help of Haiti. And that's a no-no. See, white people never forget. Now, this is over 200 years ago when Haiti was out there kicking ass. Right? So black people stupid. They always think, just like Angola, when they finally beat South Africa. Then 20 years, then white man went back and just completely debacled their ass. Because black people don't never think, oh, it's over. White people, the war is never over. You're fucking with a savage. So, Haiti, not really thinking that the white man would come. Remember, this is back in the 1800s. They're helping everybody, freeing slaves. Haiti's getting people free. People getting independence. Yay! White man's like, motherfucker, I'm going to get your ass. I'm going to get you, bitch. White man in his head, I'm going to get you, bitch. I'm going to get you. I think I'm allowing this shit to go. I'm going to see. So, within 60 years later, Yo, we can look this up. We can look this up. Say, American invades Haiti in 1920. Because now they know they're strong enough to get in and get that ass. They was waiting, quietly waiting. You see, say American invades Haiti in 1920. They go in and massacre. The Haitians wasn't doing nothing. This is from them fucking around freeing these niggas in the 1800s. And then freeing these other countries out of colonialism. White man never forgets. Now my army is better. You haven't developed 60 years after that. I have. Coming to see you. I'm coming to see you. So, they came to see Haiti. And what did they do? Came in. They murdered everybody. It's a massacre. Joey, look at this. It was a massacre. They came in. They didn't say, hey, we're coming in Haiti. They just invaded. They took over Go ahead, Joey.
It's an article talking about the first occupation of Haiti, that is in 1915 to 1934. In 1915, the American Marines came to Haiti to collect American loans. Haiti was a land of people without shoes, black people whose feet walked the dusty roads to market in the early morning. Wow. All right. Wow.
They got to write disparaging against you. See, this is savage writing it. You got see like the same thing we do with all black people. These niggas had no shoes. They was dusty roads. We're gonna keep on reading. Let's see if they're talking about the invasion. Haiti didn't have no bank loans, Joby. They refused to accept members. See, this is before the IMF and World Bank existed. They were still doing the same scams to try to get black countries to get these fake loans. Haiti told them, we're not taking none of your loans. We don't need none of your loans for what? We're rich. We're a rich country. We don't need none of your fucking loans.
So it says,
go ahead, let's see what they say.
This is the first black republic under attack. Haiti's revolution established the first independent nation in Latin America, and the world's first black republic.
Exactly. So the first, not only is the first black republic, it's the first free republic, whether black or white. I told you, these other countries in South America wasn't free. Haiti got them free. Haiti was the first country to even get free, not black or white. Now the no, you dirty niggas ain't supposed to get free. You dirty niggas know you're supposed to be slaves. And we're supposed to control everything and control you niggas. Go ahead, Joey.
The former slaves defeated Napoleon's army and liberated France's most vulnerable colony. But in the struggle to overcome slavery, the Haitian people resolved never to surrender their sovereignty to a foreign power, never to return to slavery. And the 1915 to 1934 U.S. occupation was to reignite the resolve. The United States invaded Haiti by July 28, 1915, on orders from President Woodrow Wilson.
Remember, Woodrow Wilson is the one that gave us the fake Jewish-owned bank there with the fake. He's the fake money scam guy. Remember, he's their puppet. So we get the Federal Reserve Bank under that goopy bastard, who they make a hero in all their fake movies since they own Hollywood. This wicked ass no good crack. This wicked racist motherfucker. Remember, he's the one that first filmed The Birth of a Nation in the White House, calling all black people in America monkeys and savage. We were savage gorillas. This is the president. Said these niggas out here, we were just savage gorillas, Joey. That's what he called us. Said we were savage gorillas. Go ahead, Joey. All right, Woodrow Wilson.
They're saying that the United States, the U.S. Marine ruled Haiti for the next 19 years. Military and economic motives for the occupation under the
economic motives. So still the gold, Joe. But stole them out.
Racist stereotypes of Haitians as ignorant people incapable of governing themselves.
Remember, Joe, I told you, like the prince said, you niggas can't govern yourself. You're backwards. It's not about, they want the money. They want the shit that's in Africa. So they want the shit that was in Haiti. So they ain't mentioned that they went and robbed. You didn't read nothing about them robbing the banks, Joby, and stealing the gold and the money and the wealth. See, that Savage, who wrote that article, didn't even put that in there. And he didn't even put there that the people that opposed it said, we're not going to allow you to take over our island. They were all shot in the head and thrown in the water. That's not in the article. It just says, you nigga, now, I can't seem to, why would you indict me for me governing my own self? If I'm fucked up, let me be fucked up. Because that's a lie. It's about the wealth of Haiti. It's always the same lie they tell. That's what Eric Prince is running around talking about Africa. These African despots can't rule. We need to go in and just conquer these niggas again. Why? Why would you want to conquer a bunch of poor people? Because Africa's not poor. Mm-hmm. That's why. And we want it. So, how about, we said since the Africans, let me see what you read. Since the Africans sold black slaves to Caucasians, that means Africa owned black Americans reparations trips ago. What are you talking about, man? Majority of Africans that sell other Africans in slavery, that's white propaganda. You had maybe, I know you had the Dahomey people, the Dahomey tribe, and maybe two others, but there were wars fighting against them selling the people into slavery. So you got some white talking point here, another dummy black man. He's a white cracker talking. There was no damn. If you got a European system extracting slaves, African people off the continent that was depleting them, how does it benefit Africans to sell their own people then? Remember, it was making Africa weaker because they were losing people. And this cracker was going to come back eventually. He wanted all. They knew that cracker wanted all of Africa. They wasn't stupid. They know eventually this white man wanted all of it. Not just the slaves he was taking out of Africa by force and to build his shit over here in America and South America. They knew eventually that they were going to be depleted in numbers. And this cracker was not going to stop because he's a savage. You think they didn't know that? They knew. So there were wars in Africa trying to stop them from stealing their people. We're talking about white people talking points. There wasn't a bunch of Africans selling Africans. They knew Africans not stupid. They knew eventually us losing all these Africans. And remember, these were the prime Africans. They were the best. They didn't take the weak. You can have the weak to build the empires in South America, and in the Caribbean. They need the strongest, the youngest, and the strongest African. So if you're weak, they just shoot you in the head and throw you in a ditch. So you think the Africans didn't know we're getting depleted from all our goddamn warriors? We know eventually this cracker's going to come and see us. They know it. And they're going to say, well, you know what? I'm just going to sell all my people off and everything's going to be good and they're not going to come back. They know they fucking with a savage. They knew that. And as they depleted Africa, that's when they came and colonized it. Africa didn't have the number or the goddamn technology to deal with the European. Before then, it took them, years to get to deepest Africa. They kept losing, kept getting defeated. Cracker kept losing. That's the story. They don't tell you how many times they lost. Cracker was getting beat in the head every time he tried to come in and take over Africa because there was too many Africans, with the technology or not. So with the depletion, because remember, you're gonna read back the old document. The thing was to make sure we said we're gonna get all the youth out of Africa. Then we're gonna come and murder all the women and children. You gotta think like a savage. This is what the savage is telling you. You can't fathom the mind of this wicked motherfucker. Said we're gonna deplete the men. Because remember, in slavery, they didn't really want the women. They want some women because they can, as long as they can give birth for another slave. But it's the majority of the strongest men I need to extract out of Africa. Then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna kill the women and children. I'm gonna genocide these motherfuckers. See, that's what they do. You can't say you don't know that they genocide people. That was already in them. And said, I'm gonna come back, I'm gonna genocide the women and children. So I'm gonna get all of Africa now. I'm gonna genocide these bitches and these kids. Because they won't have any men to protect them. It's their plan. I'm going to be just as brutally cruel as they wrote it. That was their plan. After slavery, Remember, the slaves, we weren't even supposed to live. As slaves, we were supposed to be worked to death. That's when you come out the slave, the Negro problem. Joby, do me a favor. Look this up real quick. Look up, say, what was the life expectancy of a slave on a sugarcane plantation? What was the life expectancy of a slave on a sugarcane plantation? And this would be in the Caribbean in the southern part of the United States. What was the life expectancy, Joe? They worked you to death. Say it. 2 years, 3 years.
7 to 9.
7 to 9 years you was dead, Joby. You were worked to death. 7 to 9 years, Joby, was your life expectancy. After 9 years, you would die because you was worked to death, worked to the bone. Your back would break. Your back would give out. Men and women like you would work to death. 9 years, you were going to die from that strenuous labor. Her life expectancy was 9 years. If you got that 18, you might live to be 27. Whatever. So you was dying. They were working you to death. Can you imagine what a savage this motherfucker is? They were working you to death. That's why they kept going back to Africa to get more slaves. They were working you to death. That you as an African, you got that, shout out to God, you got that great body, so you adapted. You still lived. You wasn't supposed to survive none of this. You the Negro question this motherfucker. What the fuck are you doing still alive, you dirty nigga? How dare you survive it? You were supposed to build our civilizations and motherfucking die. And then you were never supposed to repopulate Africa. You were supposed to go in and kill these bitches and these little fucking niggas. Kill them all. That was the goal. But they didn't know the African woman was so bright. African woman repopulated Africa. Old women. I don't care if you call this nasty or not. Old women slept with young boys, had babies, and they repopulated Africa. So even when they came to colonize, it was still a fight. It wasn't as easy as they thought. And so within 2 generations, that's when all the damn uprisings start. Because Africa had already repopulated itself. See, so...
Let me share this video here.
Go ahead, Jimmy. I read they worked out ancestors too hard. They muscles separated from them. Exactly right, Derek. They worked you so hard. Imagine your muscles were separated from the bone. Your body was so fucked up, so exhausted. Your muscles would separate from the bone. You want to tell me? And they want to call you lazy as you build their shit. These Africans are lazy. You only are lazy now after you're not a slave no more. Okay? Your goddamn muscle will detach from the bone. Because they're working you to death. You think I'm going to be ashamed of my ancestors being a motherfucker? You can't make me ashamed of a savage. Come and taking a peaceful, loving people. Can't make me ashamed of that. Ever. Can't shame me. Because we were fucking invaded by savages. Good job, you can play your video.
Okay,
You know?
shout out to Jason Hill. I saw this on his page, so I learned something here.
Have y'all heard of the Bashenga tribe? Pictures of the Bashenga people along with leaked CIA documents have been circulating the dark web. This is super weird. It said that this tribe was taken from Africa to Antarctica as an experiment to see if melanated people could survive in the cold.
Melanin can survive in the cold. Yes, it can.
Because the population of the tribe was reportedly ended after an anthropologist accidentally brought smallpox to the community. What's really strange is that there are pictures of artifacts and very tall wooden structures. Where did they get the wood from? Were there trees in Antarctica? Over time, the Bashenga people were claimed to have adapted to the cold in strange.
Go back, Joe, for a second.
In amazing ways.
If you guys to see these things, those things, these things right that you see here in America too, that you guys call yourself Indians, that's African culture, morons. You see that? Those are called I'm having a brain fart. Those are called your what's the word I'm looking for? Your totems. Those are your totems. Now we call a totem pole from Africans. That's why you see it here in Americans. You think that shit originated here? You got your fucking mind? That came back, but those are your totems. You know your totem, Joby?
Nope.
The Joby don't know, but I know Seto and them doing, and I know that Rumi Zai knew her totem. I said, Rumi, what's your totem? I said, Rumi, what's your totem? She said, blah, blah, blah. I said, oh, shit, you know your totem? She said, of course, Keith, I know I'm African. Of course I know my totem. All right, calm down.
There are pictures of artifacts and very tall wooden structures. Where did they get the wood from? Were there trees in Antarctica? Over time, the Bashenga people were claimed to have adapted to the cold and strange.
Hey, General Mosquito, that was your totem. That's what it is, exactly. You know your totem, General Mosquito? You know I don't know my shit. You know your totem, General? Probably not. You grew up in England. You don't know none of that shit either. Joby always said no, so you know you don't know that shit.
Amazing ways. They were happy to swim in the freezing sea and wore very little clothing, thriving in conditions that should have been impossible for them to endure. Researchers were apparently baffled by this, unable to understand how these adaptations were possible and unable to understand the language. The reports also describe a strange event involving the Bashenga people drinking a strange brown liquid and hallucinating, but there are no further details.
Oh, not the king of squad. That to do with the juicy booty again?
That is, I think, someone trying to imitate him.
Oh, okay.
You know, yeah, it's crazy. These people are doing all kind of crazy things to just see how Africans are going to survive or die. You know, it's crazy. You take people to cold, you know, then they end up adapting to the weather. You know,
your melanin is like what's that material they call it? Melanin is like what's that material they use? I'm having a brain fart again. Who is what? What?
Let's see what one.
Oh yeah, it was what's the name of that? Kevlar, not Kevlar, but so it tipped my tongue. Gore-Tex. It's like Gore-Tex. Melanin like Gore-Tex because Gore-Tex adapts to every weather, so your melanin adapts to everything. So it's like that old. It's like Gore-Tex. But let me find this damn thing right here.
Okay.
Let me find this damn video because this video is describing. I gotta find it. It's describing savagery. Like I told you, you can't fathom the Europeans' fucking mind. Look like a psychopath, right? It always goes back to a spiritual. How did these people give you a religion? You out of your fucking mind. I was gonna get that shit to irritate the black person. If you a black Christian, you out of your fucking mind. I was about to bring shit. I said, I ain't gonna send that to her. Out of your fucking mind. You're a black Christian. I can understand white people, but black people being that shit. Level of depravity, these people. So I'm gonna send Job a video talking about the slavery thing happening. And this is so evil. Even me, don't allow shit surprise me, but some shit just surprised the level of debauchery, the level of evilness of these people. And the stories, the shit. I just can't fathom a lot of this shit. It's like, it's so heartbreaking. You realize what Africans went through? Imagine being an African girl, the rape. These African women had to endure during slavery. Imagine the rape. That was how they were being raped on every way they were being raped. Can you imagine this? And not this that the master would rape you. His guests could come in and always rape you. Imagine the level of depravity the African woman went through. Imagine this. It's unfathomable. Level of depravity. Cruelty. Along what they would do, remember, to break the African woman, I told you, everything's about the African, because you got to break the woman. The woman is the backbone of civilization. You got to break her ass. Remember when they told you creating a slave, they say you do everything, you don't fuck with the woman. The woman is the money. The woman's the baby maker. But you want to fracture her mind. Right? Remember the white man said we got to fracture. You don't want to ever destroy the woman. You fuck this man up. Woman is the baby maker. She's the key to all civilization. So you must keep her around, but you want to break her mind so she'll raise her children to be weak and docile. So what you bring the strongest, remember, you bring the strongest black man in front of her, but all the women. Because remember, this is mine, you want to break her mind. You want to break her mind. So you want to bring all black women around, bring the strongest few black men you got, and you want to break them in front of her ass. You want to break his back. Right? So you take the horses, split his ass apart in front. She's like, oh. Remember, she's all fucked up because now her protector, she's seeing in her mind that she's got no protection. You want to break the black man. You want to destroy his ass in front of her. So it fractures her mind. She's going to be like, so seeing this kind of abuse, she's going to raise her male sons to be what? Docile and timid, because she don't want them to die. That's the control of the African woman's mind. She's going to raise the children, her son, to be docile. And always say, yes, sir, boss, or yes, sir, master. She's going to raise them from a child to be always scared because she don't want them to die. She don't want them to be broke like that. So that's when you fracture the black woman's mind. You destroy her fucking mind. That's an act of slavery. And then you, because you guys know we got the term motherfucker, right? You know what that's from slavery. Because they would take the slave, make him clothes, cover his eyes, and make him fuck his mother. This kind of savagery. Have you fuck your mother, then take the blindfold off so to break your spirit. That's where the term motherfucker came from. You would have sex with your mother. So it's to destroy your whole soul. It's kind of savagery. So so you fracture the woman's mind. That's why you didn't read about all these men in Africa and America all weak. They won't fight back. The African woman's mind has been shattered. And they just do the shit the men did in Africa when they went back and colonized it. Shatter this bitch's mind. So she won't raise strong men to fight me. You break her goddamn mind. You reach in and you snatch her soul out. So that's what we're dealing with. You know, he said mosquito. That's still used. Yeah, it's still used as trauma. Yeah. Still used today, exactly. It's the trauma, yeah. Tragic till this day, but subtly and within the means of the law. Yeah, they still do it today. So they do it with the police brutality, exactly. They know it's to break if you control the black woman's mind, you control a nation. Break her goddamn mind. You break her soul. She's not gonna raise a strong man to fight back. He's gonna be caught. She'll raise a nigga and say, remember the Lord and Jesus. He's Jesus and the Lord and the Lord and the Jesus. and all that shit. Oh Allah, all that shit. She won't raise a man to say, this motherfucker is your enemy, you prepare for war. She's not gonna do that. You're like, no, pray to Jesus, baby. so, you know, Joey will, now because Joey's a strong, but Joey's an anomaly. She's not the norm. She's not the norm. Your mind's gonna be. Let me find this video. This shit they done. It just breaks your heart. It's like, it's so heartbreaking. You being a black Christian, you're a traitor to your ancestors. This shit is so heartbreaking. You're a traitor to your ancestors. That's what you are. That's what you are. I don't give a fuck if you like it or not. That's what you are. But you break the black woman's soul because she birthed the nation. She'll raise a coward. Not knowingly, she's not trying to raise a coward, but her mind has been broken. She doesn't want her son to end up like that. She don't want to see her son split apart by horses and shit. Remember, also they would rip the goddamn woman black. So to make an example out the black woman, too, also traumatized them. What they would do, they take the black woman while she was pregnant, hang her upside down, and rip open her belly. They would slice open her belly and let the baby fall on the ground, and they would crush the baby with their feet. They would crush it to death. So imagine this woman and her trauma. She's upside down. They just split her goddamn stomach open, and the baby falls out of her. And then they crush the baby in her face. Can you imagine what that does for African woman's mind? She's forever traumatized. The next baby, because they're going to sew her ass up because they needed to have another baby for slavery. Like, Joe, you seen 8 to 9 years, the motherfucker dies. I need the next nigga to be worked to death. So I can't kill her, but I'm going to slice her goddamn stomach open and let that baby fall. I'm going to fuck her mind up. Because the next baby she have, she going to raise that motherfucker to be compliant, to do what I tell his ass to do. He's not going to fight me. Not going to run away. Not going to be none of that Django shit. His ass going to sit there and do the fuck I tell him to do when I tell him to do it. He'll look at me, rape his own fucking mama, and won't do a goddamn thing. So, talking about savagery. And the black man still, they haven't figured out, you know what this white man is? But Joby played in the beginning, James Earl Jones telling you, savagery.
Send the video.
Hi, Joby.
Send the video.
Okay, let me send it. And this is let me go to where's my there we go. Should be center. Go here. Find it. Let me go here. So let me go here. It's going to be it's quite disturbing. In a second. Let me find this thing here. Look, find it quick. Let me share two of them. Oh, let me share this one first. Then let me share this one first. Even though I don't like this cat, he's got this right.
What we're facing here now,
so let me.
The world is now beginning to realize. Now
the world ain't realized. The world always does. The people that run the world know all this. They know the African created every civilization on this planet. This ain't no fucking secret to them. Let me see this. Play this one. Play this one. Let me find the other one. Play that one, Joe. You got something buzzing over there, Joby.
China.
You got something buzzing. What you got loose? You got like a loose wire or something?
No.
It's buzz.
I don't know where that is coming from.
I don't know either. This shit's annoying. find this one I'm looking for. That's not the one I'm looking for, though. Let's see. So I just find bits and videos on this shit.
What we're facing here now is the world is now beginning to realize. Now, I know that there are a lot of people of Allah.
Now, what he's saying, pause that. Let me say this. Let me get a comment. Let me say this. What he's saying is the world is starting to realize that all these civilizations are created by black people. Whether you're talking about Hinduism, I told you these are all cults, even the religions are all coming from African spiritual systems. So what he's talking about, all civilizations from the Chinese, the Indians, all of them started by Africa. These are facts. So he's saying they don't want to admit. People that run the world already know this. This is already known fact. I gotta find this thing I'm looking for.
China don't want to admit that the original people in China that brought forward the dynastic periods of China were black. Nope. Japan doesn't want to admit that the original shogun was the priesthood that was brought from Kush.
Black. See, he's talking about the priesthood. These are spiritual systems that they were taking all over the planet. Then you get these goopy religions, this goopy Christianity, Islam, Hinduism, Buddhism. He's telling these are priests that went out to the world to teach African science. They took it and make goopy religions out of it.
And the Mohenjo-Daro civilizations were formed by Kushites. Koreans don't want to admit that Africans brought Koreans onto the islands of Japan, met another African people known as the Ainu, and created what we today call the Japanese culture. Even in America, they don't want to admit that the original people were the Twa people over 100,000 years ago, coming to this part of the world. And so what we're facing, family, is this conflict with them. We, not with them with them, and then them looking at us. Family, once and for all, let's come to this conclusion. Egypt, what we call Egypt, which was a derogatory, which was a term that was taken out of the Greek word Aegyptos. Aegyptos was taken from an African word known as Hikapata. Hikapata. Even the word Egypt is a contamination of the original African word Hikapata. This is us, family. We did this. But it's not important just that we know this. It's that we're able to understand this.
Okay. Yep. That's not what they say though. You know? Like the first article I was reading.
Here you go, Joby. I found it. Here you go. I'm sending it to you right now. Now I want you guys to listen closely. This white man is telling you. This is one slave. You can't imagine. Can you imagine being controlled by savages? You're talking about some savages. Savagery. And they're still savages today. Their behavior hasn't changed. You think they got a little more sophisticated, but their nature is still the same. This is who they are. So, whether you like it or not, a lot of you sleeping with this beast. Good luck to you. Okay, so I want you to hear this. This is one slave narrative, just one. Remember, they had slavery, had us all over America, South America, and the islands. Okay, doing all kind of heinous shit. Not just raping. Remember, the Europeans are natural homosexual, so they were raping men, raping black men, fucking the shit out black men. Okay, brutally, consistent. So let me see this. You go. I want you guys to listen to this narrative. I said the joke. I want you guys to listen closely to this narrative. I want you guys to listen to this shit. Even this white man is like, God damn. But this was the norm. See, they don't want, that's never none of their goofy movies. None of that fake historical shit that they tell you. None of the stuff was ever in their goofy movies.
When you read what some of these slave owners did, it really does make your stomach heave. Here are 3 accounts of punishments meted out by Thistlewood in 3 months in 1756. Darby catched eating canes, had him well flogged.
So pause it, because the guy,
made
remember, you weren't allowed to eat. So we were talking about the sugarcane plantations where you only lived to be 7 to 9 years after working, you would die. So he's all strapped up, the black guy. So of course he was hungry, so he got caught eating, maybe sucking on a sugar cane. So him sucking, he's not supposed to be allowed to eat. Him just trying to get a sucking sugar, I caught him sucking on a sugar cane. And this is what he proceeded to do to this African man. Go ahead, Joey.
Hector shit in his mouth.
Had him shit, had the other slave shit in his mouth. Go back, rerun that. He had the other slave shit in his mouth, Joby.
When you read what some of these slave owners did, it really does make your stomach heave. Here are 3 accounts of punishments meted out by Thistlewood in 3 months in 1756. Darby catched eating canes, had him well flogged and pickled, then made Hector shit in his mouth. Rubbed Hazard with molasses and exposed him naked to the flies all day and
so
to the
when they would
mosquitoes
tie you
all
down and
night.
put molasses, which is honey, hot honey, have the flies bite and eat you to death, and the mosquitoes at night rip you to shreds all night long. Go ahead, Joby.
Flogged Punch well, and then washed and rubbed in salt pickle, lime juice, and bird pepper.
So pickle. Pause it. So pause it, Joby. So when he's telling you, when you had all your sores and bruises, they would put salt wounds and pickled on your ass, so you burn you to death. They would salt your ass. You like so you would be screaming. They pack you full of salt and pickle your ass. So now you were in so much pain and agony. Only an African can live through this, because this would kill anybody. You dead after this. The flogging, pickling, you imagine. But they want to tell you about some fucking Jesus. They want to tell you about some fucking fake God that they worship. And you goofy nigga, since you don't know no real history, you want to tell me about some fucking Jesus where they got you shitting in each other's mouths. Same people want to tell you about their fake God. Go ahead, Joby.
Negro Joe piss in his eyes and mouth.
Is it pause it? Pause it. So then Negro Joe, after they fucking pick him up, Joby run, after they filled his wounds with salt where he's burning in the sun, he had Negro Joe piss in his eyes and mouth. They already shitted on his ass, shit in his mouth, pickled him, beat him. Now he had another Negro, another slave, piss in his eyes and his mouth, Joe. Rewind that just a second so they can hear that again. Right there.
Juice and bird pepper made Negro Joe piss in his eyes and mouth. Thistlewood kept a tally of what was known as nutmegging, the rape of female slaves, something he did by his own reckoning on 3,852 occasions.
Man, 3,000 times rape slaves.
He would allow his guests to do the same.
I was guessed to rape him too. So that's it. Oh, that's why white people never want to go back and tell you about the slavery shit, because it's so These motherfuckers are so deranged and demented and fucked up in their head. Okay? That's one man out of thousands of these crackers that own black people as slaves. That's just one man. The nature's debauchery. That's why our ancestors knew we don't fuck with the nature's debaucheries. That's why you would find the women in the kitchen cutting up glass, finally, and putting the cake to rip this cracker to shreds when he ate the shit. Black women were cooking cakes with glass up in that shit. When the white people in there smiling, eating, it was ripping their ass up. But it's going down their fucking nasty ass esophagus, shredding their ass. They found, be 3 months later, they dead. They don't know what the fuck is even happening. They dead because they've been filled with fucking glass. They make black people powder that shit up so refined, but they cook it in their cakes and pies. Cracker be eating this shit and just like on Django. Make sure you ain't got no house nigga Steven around you while you're doing it because he'll snitch on you. Make sure you ain't got that nigga around while you're chopping that glass up and cooking it in the motherfucker's cake. Man, master, these niggas trying to kill you up around here. These niggas got a whole glass up in your shit. So you imagine what kind of human being, and not a human being, see? You look at me, what kind of human being has you shit in another person's mouth? What do you get from that? Then beat you almost to death and then pack your wounds with salt, have it sting, and then put molasses over that so the flies and mosquitoes will eat you to death. And then after that, have another motherfucker come and piss in your eyes and mouth. I want you to think of the mindset. What kind of mind? I told you you're fucking with a psychopath. What kind of mindset? See, the African can't even fathom that kind of evil. What? What benefit would you get out of doing that? Your worst enemy, an African, would never do no shit like that because it's barbaric, it's savage. What? What? You know, so damn, exactly right. Exactly. That's exactly right, Jake. That motherfucker shit in the man for eating a piece of sugar cane. Because he ain't being fed. You know, they starving to death because they work them. Joby told you the average lifespan is 7 to 9 years. You're dead. You've been worked to death. You've been worked to your. Just like on Jack, we said, they going to take you. That's what that was doing slavery, right? Because we're going to take you out to the work camp. But remember what Goopy Stephen was saying? I'm going to pull that up. I'm pulling it up. Remember what Goopy Stephen saying? Nigga, I don't want them to just kill you, Django. Nigga, that's too easy for you, nigga. We're going to take you to the work camp where they going to work you to death. They're going to work it till your back break out. Till your back breaks, then they going to hit you in the head with a hammer and throw you in the ditch. Remember when Stephen A. Jackson said that? That's real. They go, once your back give out, they going to hit you in the head with a hammer and throw you in a ditch. Find the next nigga. Right? Because they will work you to death. That's just savagery alone. Because remember, your children were never your children. They would sell your children off. Because remember, after slavery, black people were running around the country trying to find their babies. Trying to figure out who were the children, the ones that were living in the slavery, they were going on what migration, trying to find where did they sell our babies off to. Because remember, they told you that black people, Joby doesn't have any emotions. Right? Joby doesn't have any emotions. You have emotions, Joby?
Of course.
No, you don't. You're a nigga. No, you don't.
What?
That's what the white man said, Joby. You don't have emotions and you don't have empathy and feelings. So I can sell your baby. You don't care because you don't have emotion. You don't have sympathy. That's what the white man said. He said we don't have empathy and sympathy. We're an animal. What they said? We don't have empathy and sympathy. That's what they said, Joby. For real, for real. So you don't have any empathy or sympathy, Joby.
They are sick. They are sick in the head.
Yeah, yeah. So you don't have any emotions, Joby. So we're talking about He said they still doing some of this stuff today. Yeah, to our women for money. Yeah. Remember, that's what they rap. Remember, the black woman's got to be a whore. That's what that rap shit's about. She's supposed to be sexualized as a whore of the world. And so the black woman's coochie is supposed to have easy access for the world. That's the reason for the sexy reds, the fucking Cardi B's, goddamn Nicki Minaj's, all that filth. That's why the black woman on TV don't do is show you their ass. Look at my ass and twerk. So a black can say, I like put my dick in your ass. You know, that kind of shit. That's what it's about. It's the filth. It's to make the black woman the filth, the whore. You know, she's the mother of civilization. Now, fuck all of that. She needs to be the black whore. All men are supposed to have access to remember, all men are supposed to have access to the black woman. She's not supposed to be protected. All the other men are supposed to have access to the black woman and her womb. And that's what they want to show you to this filthy rap, where she's not to be respected. She's not to be looked up as respectable. They know she's a mother of civilization. They don't give a shit about that. So what? Fuck all that shit. She's going to be the whore. So they always try to make the black woman look like the whore. Undistinguished, half butt, naked, titties out, ass hanging, showing me your ass and all that old stupid shit. Instead of being respected. They had a brother picking cotton in prison and he refused. They put him in a hot truck. That's right. That's right there. He refused to pick it. I think that was in Louisiana, wasn't it? Was that Louisiana? I think that was down in Angola. I think that was the prison. I think that was Angola down there in Louisiana. You know, we're talking about, I was showing Joby early Hurricane Katrina down there in New Orleans. They told you niggas, better get your ass back in that city. Don't bring your black ass over here to get no help. We're going to put a bullet in your head. Like, goddamn. Black people struggling, drowning, trying to get away. It's a natural disaster. Help. Nigga. No. Don't bring your ass back. Don't bring your ass across that bridge. Stay your ass in New Orleans. We're bullet in your head. They were shooting these niggas. Did anybody go to jail for killing these black people? For trying to leave New Orleans? Of course not. Of course not. This is shitting in your mouth. American black women burnt out like what? Oldsmobile Cutlass cars by choice and design. I don't know if they burnt out by choice and design. They've been you understand. Come on, Jason, you gotta be. If you bring it to Africa, you understand that the black woman in America has been is a psyop. She's been psychologically fucked up. So imagine coming from slavery. Because like all black women, they were like the most major African black woman was loving as hell. And the black African American woman was loving as shit. So what they do? After slavery, they said we got to split that up. So you always attack the woman. You destroy a woman, you destroy the civilization. The woman's always, no matter what you goopy niggas believe, the woman is always the most important part of civilization. You get her, everything falls. You control the woman's mind, everything goes. She's the backbone of every civilization. So they knew come out of slavery, we start building our own shit. Prospering, the black woman was what? The teachers of the children. Because she knew those children were her, so they were black women to be, especially exemplary. Our great grandmothers were teaching the Africans in America real knowledge. Remember, we became a threat to white power because the African, through the African woman, was learning like a motherfucker. They said, "Oh no, we can't have none of this shit." Africans being stupid. We're Africans, but you learn like African Americans. You don't realize the white man is looking at you and he's going like, nah, I'm not going to lie. Say like Haiti, I'm not going to allow this shit. I'm not going to allow this bitch to teach these children. I'm not going to allow this black woman to raise a nation to fight me. Oh, no. I'm not going to allow this. I'm not going to allow this shit. So I'm going to start working on her ass. First thing I'm going to do, I'm going to destroy her man. Make sure her man cannot provide or protect her ass. But back to the slavery shit again. But be more sophisticated. I can't just beat this nigga up in the streets. Can't just kill her black man in front of her and fracture her mind. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make it economically not viable to be with his ass. Because a woman's nature is to be protected. Woman's nature is to be provided for. That's the natural order. That's nature. That's the balance of nature. How God puts things up. So I know if I remove this nigga from this woman, I'm gonna start destroying this civilization. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make sure the jobs are not there. And so they don't know, they just think jobs are missing. No, they don't know how to design this shit. Start sending jobs to China. Start building up China. They won't know that yet. My first thing is to destroy this woman's mind. I'm gonna break her fucking back. So I'm gonna focus on her. This black woman focus. I'm gonna cause this division. And without the woman, your neighborhoods are gonna go to shit. Will destroy you from within. So you guys know around the late 50s, early 60s, they start what? Deindustrializing the cities. So black men didn't have any jobs. And so also I'm gonna make sure the black woman gets grants and loans to put her through education. Now most people ain't gonna hire her black ass, but the governments of certain cities, of certain states, of certain nations, they'll get employment that way. So what I'll do, I'll incentivize the black woman to be put over her black man. So the natural thing, the black woman's gonna lose respect. She doesn't know it's a psyop yet. She does. A lot of them found out. A lot of them, I give them credit, now understood what happened. She doesn't know why I'm doing it. And I'm about to destroy her ass and destroy her family. So her black man can't take care of her. And so her thing is about respect. The black woman is like, she doesn't know a psyop is being run on her yet. She doesn't know that yet. All she knows that damn nigga can't get a job. We struggling now. And so now she becomes the breadwinner because the white man has now made the way for her to get higher education. These are facts. She starts to become the breadwinner. She starts to make more money in the household. So now, also internally, the black man, he don't know the game's been run on him. So he's all fucked up too. He can't support his woman. And now the woman has disrespect and contempt for his ass. Why do I need you? You can't provide. I'm making all the money in the house. Why do I need you? What are you here for? What good are you? Right? And phone we're bringing. Black women think these created humanized animals are going to protect them and end up missing. Not all of them. They don't believe the white man's going to protect them. They want it. The delusional do. Most black women know thinking that the white man don't give a fuck about them. They want to put their dick in their coochie, but that's about it. They don't really give a fuck about them. That's the delusion. They'll use their ass for sex, get rid of them, but they don't want to be bothered with their ass. But if it helps their program more, it's advisable because it's good to make a mulatto because mulattoes cause confusion amongst African people. Make a bunch of mulattoes, so they're always down for that because that causes confusion. That's what they've always done. They go get that black woman's womb and make a bunch of mulattoes in this motherfucker. Now the cracker don't like his mulatto kid. He's still a mulatto. Remember, hey, they do a Bob Marley on the nigga. Hey, Bob Marley said, "I'm famous now, Dad." He said, "Yeah, but you're still a nigga. You're famous, but stay over there." You're still a nigga. At the end of the day, I don't give a shit. Remember, all our black colleges were created by these racist white men for their bastard babies. That's the one thing they'll never tell you about these HBCUs in America. Hey, you going to a historically black college, Joby? You're gonna go to a historical black college. They never tell you it was the racist cracker who made the college for his mulatto bastards. Because he didn't want his mulatto bastards going to school with his other real white kids. They don't teach you that. all these colleges, all these Howard universities and all these other colleges named after white racists. That was a college for the bastards, moron. That became your black historical colleges. Those were bastard baby colleges. Okay, it wasn't made for you niggas. That made for now. You get to go now. Yeah, but that wasn't made for you. That's made for the bastard babies, the mulattoes, not your ass. That's why when you look at all the beginning of these colleges, the beginning, look at them old pictures in the late 1800s, early 1900s. Everybody's up there's a fucking mulatto. Hey. Everybody in that motherfucker's a mulatto. Hey. Like, this is a black college? Where the black people at? What? I know my eyes are fucked up. You know, I gotta do this. Those black people? Where the black people at? This a black college? Where the black people at? You know, it's all mulattoes and shit. Like, man, what's the? I didn't know that yet. You know, I was like, how's this a black college? And I see all these light skinned motherfuckers, all these mulattoes, all these Tyler looking motherfuckers. What's with all these Tyler looking motherfuckers? Nobody got a black nose like me. Like, what the fuck is going on? How's this a black college? Then you realize, oh, this is the college for the bastard babies. Oh, shit. So, you didn't know that? Let me show you real quick. You didn't know that? That's why they named it all these racist white people. Remember, Howard is the most prestigious black college. That's a white racist. Spelman, that's the Rockefellers racist. All these fix, all these colleges are named after racist white crackers. But you know, like I said, we're born into this. Oh, don't you want to go to historically black college? Even when I was younger, you would get all that shit. Keith, don't you want to go to historically black college and live the history? And I'm like, nah, I don't want to go to one of them colleges. Them colleges are low budget. I don't want to go to that shit.
Wow.
That's what I thought, Joby. Yeah, going to black colleges always don't got shit. Always low budget. No, I don't want to go to that shit. Your degree don't get no respect, Joby. Look, I went to historically black colleges. Yeah, no job for you, stupid. You don't get no job. Get out of here. I cannot. They don't get no jobs, Joby. No.
I get you. I do get you.
So, some mulattoes didn't make it to 45, 50 years old, especially if they had mulatto kids by incest. I know. Well, the genes are all fucked up. We know that. It's a mixture of African and white. So, and they all want to be white. They never want to be black. The majority of mulattoes always want to be white. It's the destruction of us. Always. I didn't know that. You know, they always want to be white because white people got the power. They don't want to be steps and no dirty niggas. You know, I'm no nigga. Just like Joby said, everybody knows in Africa, to be mulatto, you know, it's a flex because you mostly have white. It's like in South Africa, you know, that's real. They're like, I'm colored. I'm not an African. I'm colored. With these mulatto motherfuckers in South Africa said, African. Oh, no, remember they got all upset. They were called African, but they said, African. How dare you, motherfucker? I'm colored. You what? I'm colored. So yeah, and they're mixed. You know what they call these goofy niggas in South Africa? They're colored. Don't call them African. They got irate. African. African? What? Motherfucker, I'm colored. Colored? What the fuck is that? Oh, you're a mulatto. You're a mulatto nigga, okay? I get you. It's the same here. You know, the mulatto niggas here don't want to be called African. They're mulatto. And they always tell you it's the black people that treat them bad. Remember? It's the blacks, the niggas that are. You know what I had problem? It was Joby ass. What my white side, it was Joby no good ass that always made things hard for me. It's always Joby no good ass. the son cooked mulattoes. That's why they stayed in plantation houses. Yeah, well, they're called, yeah, Trevor Noah, not funny ass. That mulatto nigga. That fake coon that's going here in America. Trevor Noah on that. Remember, he was on what's that show called? The Daily Show. They got the worst ratings with his non-funny ass. He's a comedian for being non-funny. So they had to eventually fire him because his ratings were so bad. When nobody watching that shit. They said, oh no, he's always doing that colorblind bullshit too. And hating the black people need to stop trying to get their land. Man, he's always talking that half cracker shit too. He's a mulatto. He's dangerous. And so when we checked his ass, he was like, yeah, you take that mulatto shit back to South Africa, moron. Some brothers having kids with these Mexicans saying their kids are so pretty, pretty creative creatures. Because that's the African stuff. Remember, what's that actor name? Joby said she liked his ass some years ago. I forgot that guy's name. What's that black guy's name? What's the guy's name he had to have mixed baby with the Mexican or the Spanish chick? What was his name? What's that little dude's name with the bald head, that bald with bald? What's that guy's name that was on Brown Sugar? You guys remember the movie Brown Sugar? What was the guy's name on Brown? Oh, and also on The Best Man. What was the guy's name on The Best Man? I'll just say because there's a bunch of them on The Best Man. I just say Brown Sugar. What was the guy's name on the movie Brown Sugar? What the fuck was his name? What was that dude's name, guys? What's the guy's name on Brown Sugar? Yeah, thanks. That's it. Thanks. Tay Diggs. Thanks. Remember Tay Diggs told you, don't call my son black. How dare you? I don't want my son to be called black. Nigga. Remember? Joby can type this up. Tay Diggs does not want his son to be called black. That's what they do. He crossed his whole self out. He wanted his son to be called the white woman or whatever woman he was married to, divorced his no good stupid ass. He said, don't call my son black. See, this is the coons you're dealing with. He said, no. He's like white women, Joby. Yeah, of course he likes white women. But Joby liked him in one of these movies. I forgot what it was. But anyway, he said, don't call my son black. Joby probably found it on Google. I'm sure she found that shit. Don't call my son black. She found it. Probably a video or some shit. Why has he got to be called black?
Hey, what's up, everybody? Drop. I'm Cynthia, and I'm Denise Jones filling in for Jay Snow. So Tay Diggs is back in the spotlight. He did an interview with the Griot and basically told everybody that he doesn't want his 6-year-old son to be called black. He wants him to be called mixed because he has a white mother.
You want to be called mixed?
He knows.
I don't want to call myself black.
I
don't want him to be no African.
He wants his son to be able to decide what race he wants to identify more with, but he's only 6, right? So, but then it's like he wants him to decide, but at the same time,
and look, and this is a big time Uncle Tom Coon. He's an Uncle Tom Coon. He told me, don't call my son black, Joby. You no good black bitch, you. Don't you do it.
President Barack Obama shouldn't be considered the first black president. He should be considered the first mixed president.
It would be great if it didn't matter.
And as black as his ass is.
And I think it's really Tay Diggs, honestly, that maybe inside he really wants to be mixed badly because he even wrote a book about it. So I'm half black, half Mexican.
He wrote a book about this shit. This Tay Diggs.
Who's black and Mexican?
I don't want to be with these filthy niggas. No, I'm going to go to white.
I think what Tay Diggs is saying is that he wants, he doesn't want to be off the back labeled as black. He wants him to maybe he might be okay with people saying, my son is white.
This is the same fucking just elbow bullshit.
You have an issue with that?
I would say, well then, good luck with that.
People
You
either
look for
normally
that.
think
I
I'm
don't want to
all
be called
black,
black.
or they're just like, what
You look at me.
What are
Do I
you?
look like a
What's
black
your
man?
ethnicity? But like,
Yes,
it's
they
never
did.
been
You
a
like a
box of
black man.
people
But
calling
I
me
know.
that.
Look
Tyler
at me.
called me that.
I'm
But
being
Tay Diggs
called
went on his Twitter
Negro.
and tried to clarify the interview. He said,
I'm
has
really
every
white.
right to be just as proud of his mother's blood as well. Please wake up, people. It's not that deep.
If he so-called chooses.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can't ever put blood in a tweet and then say it's not that deep. Like, blood is pretty deep. I don't know, Tay.
Okay, give me some insight.
Proud of who he is,
Based
and I
on
want
their
him to
policy,
be able
the
to,
real
on his
secret
own
is if you
terms,
want to get rich,
include both
vote
parents.
Republican.
Well, we want to hear from
Get
you.
rich,
What term
vote
do you?
Democrat. Nah, I don't know if you want. Nah, don't vote Democrat ever. Democrats are wicked as shit. You want to stay rich? Don't vote. Want to stay rich? Don't vote Democrat. They want to steal all your money. Don't vote for them. They both control. Doesn't make any difference. Extremely high tax benefits us the rich because it forces out a lot of competition for contract sector. High taxes make it near impossible to be rich like us. Of course. But if you're rich, you don't get taxed out. Your tax scheme is completely different than what we call the lower middle class and the lower class individuals. You guys don't pay no taxes in America. The rich don't. You guys don't. If you're rich, you know you don't pay any taxes. It's on the back of the lower middle class and the poor. So of course, but there's no Democrat or Republican, nothing anyway. That's all kabuki did. That's phony. That with that debate, you see they're all slaves for you know who is not real. So we know who actually runs them. Remember they both was saying, oh, we're gonna say Israel. They both were talking that Israeli shit. Both of them. Israel. I'll defend Israel. No, I'll defend them better than you. I'll defend them better than you. They all were stuck in each other's dick to try to fight over get over who's gonna do Israel. Why no other country they talked about? Only Israel. No other country. There we go. Look at this crazy looking
policies like they have. I don't say her because she had no policy. Everything that she believed 3 years ago and 4 years ago is out the window. She's going to my philosophy now. In fact, I was going to send her a MAGA hat.
That's true. That's true. What you're saying is, Valiant Thor, what you're saying is completely true. So pause it. What he's saying is true. Let me pause it for a second. You stay rich. That's right. Prevent competition. That's what they're doing. That's what the WF and all these other fucking Rothschilds and Rockefellers said. They don't want any competition. You're right. They said keep the desperate, impoverished class willing to suffer for our mere entertainment. That's true. Get away awaiting Squid Games as a spectator. So you're right. God, he put Squid Games in that shit. God damn. God damn. You guys remember Squid Game? That was a couple of years ago. It was a Korean Netflix show, well, TV series that kind of explained, you know, they were getting murdered doing these wacky tasks for money. So it's a Squid Game scenario. That's too funny. That's too funny. Let me see what else he says. Right. The Democrats are mostly old money at the top. Old money doesn't like people to be on their level. That's true, but I don't think it. Remember, old money used to always be actually Republican, Valiant Thor. So it's just kind of flipped. Like who was able? You really seen the change come in under Bill Clinton when they completely changed parties. And that's why these labels don't mean anything. Liberal, conservative, they're all fake. So I would say the majority of money correctly is with the Democratic Party now. I would say that correctly. So you're right. And old money does not want to see any competition. They want to make sure they insulate themselves from any kind of competition. So I do agree with you. Sadly, sadly, you're correct. So you say your family is old money. I'm giving you insight. Yeah, I believe you're right. I agree with you. I agree with you there. You get no disagreement from me, Valiant Thor. I agree. Sadly enough, you're telling the truth. So you'll get no disagreement from me because that's why I said it's kabuki theater. These parties don't mean anything. It's about the money interest and what they accept. And so you're right. Old money doesn't really care about who actually is in the Republican or Democrat. That's all, like I said, that's kabuki theater. It's all nonsense. Money goes to protect itself. And sadly enough, you're actually correct. It's funny. The new Republican Party seems to be the betterment of the. Of course, that's what. But that remember, the old Republicans don't like Trump. They don't like what the mega is because it's like a flip flop. You know, you got money. You see it. It's completely flip flop where these labels don't mean anything anymore. These labels are superficial. They don't mean anything conservative and liberal because you got now the conservatives who don't want these wars. Used to be the liberals that want all these wars. Now you got the Democratic Party. Yeah, let's go to war in Ukraine. Let's go to war in Gaza. And now it's the MAGA nuts. They're saying, no, we don't want all the wars because we want to bring that money back to America and hopefully we can reinvest it into our communities and, you know, and build jobs and good infrastructure. And that's become completely antithetical to what the Democrats represent today. But that used to be their whole mantra. That was the whole Democratic mantra 40, 50 years ago. So it's a reversal politically. It's actually, I don't know if you can call it a realignment, but it's hilarious. It's crazy. It's crazy. So that's why you got the top Republicans spread the truth. Yeah, so what you said now, Valator, now what you see, the Republican Party establishment are all backing Kamala Harris. So they're not all backing Kamala Harris. So you got wicked ass Dick Cheney, and all these other establishment, Romney, all these other establishment Republicans are voting for Kamala Harris because, like you said, that's the money issue. The money interests are going there because they want to select her and put her in office where no one has ever voted for this woman. You know, she's not got one vote. How is this a democratic process when this woman has never got one vote from anybody? How's this democratic? What you've seen, Valenthor, is I would call it a soft coup. That they got rid of Joe Biden. If that's the real Biden, that's another story. Got rid of this person called Joe Biden, right? And just parachuted Kamala Harris in his place. This is a soft coup. And they keep talking about democracy and democratic democracy and all this other crazy shit, right? Have a blessed day too, Valiant. Take care of yourself. Appreciate you popping in. Thanks. We can't stand Trump, but deep down inside, we know he's doing the right things for this country. Yeah, it seems like that's the funny thing about it, man. It seems like much you want to hate Thor. I mean, much you want to hate Trump. Trump seems to have a good heart for the country. He really wants the country to succeed. I don't see. Even though I want to call him a charlatan, I see he really believes that he wants the country to be great again. That's what he really wants. Whether you agree with his policies or not, that's on a different level. But I can see he's just not saying it as a slogan. That he really believes what he's saying. You can tell Kamala Harris is completely crazy. She's just a puppet that they put out there that they just want to insert. You know, they just want to insert their talking points in. Kamala Harris is completely controlled opposition. Completely, this woman's completely controlled. Like you said, she didn't get one vote. What you doing, Joby? Eating? What you eating or something? What you doing, Joby? You okay? You good? Okay. What you doing? Use the bathroom? Eating? What you doing?
Cooking.
Oh, cooking. Okay, that's what's up. You eating again? So, no problem. So, yeah. So this debate was laughable. This debate was crazy because Kamala. I wish Trump would have been more learned. I wish he wouldn't learn it because everything she was saying was easily debunkable because she was talking about the border, how they let all these individuals in here that they're causing crimes, right? We know that's a fact, that they just completely flood the border because they were looking to replace black people because black people finally understood that the Democratic Party after 60 years has done nothing for black people but gaslight us. It's been 60 years of benign neglect. Okay? 60 years of benign neglect. And so her, being backed by duplicitous Barack Obama is absolutely insane. So if you look at any of the polls, you would see that everybody believes Trump won it. Now, I was surprised. I looked at the thing live. I was surprised that Kamala had done as well as she done, because usually she's a raving idiot. She actually held her own. She actually looked like she went into some word salad, but not as much. And she's actually coherent. She's actually coherent in what she was saying, right? She's actually coherent. So, I was, like I said, I was very surprised that she actually had a coherent debate.
Can I play the video?
Of course, Joby, go ahead. I'm waiting on you. I know where you was at. You got control.
She's gone to my philosophy, but if she ever got elected, she'd change it, and it will be the end of our country. She's a Marxist. Everybody knows she's a Marxist. Her father's a Marxist professor in economics, and he taught her well. But when you look at what she's done to our country, and when you look at these millions and millions of people that are pouring into our country monthly, where it's, I believe, 21 million people, not the 15 that people say, and I think it's a lot higher than the 21. It's bigger than New York State pouring in. And just look at what they're doing to our country. They're criminals. Many of these people coming in are criminals. And that's bad for our economy, too. You mentioned before, we'll talk about immigration later. Well, bad immigration is the worst thing that can happen to our economy. They have, and she has, destroyed our country with policy that's insane. Almost policy that you'd say they have to hate our country.
That Donald Trump actually has no plan for you because he is more interested in defending himself than he is in looking out for you.
It's just a soundbite. They gave her that.
Exactly.
I went to the Wharton School of Finance, and many of those professors, the top professors,
it's been 4 years.
think my plan is a brilliant plan. It's a great plan. It's a plan that's going to bring up our worth, our value as a country. It's going to make people want to be able to go and work and create jobs and create a lot of good, solid money for our country. And just to finish off, she doesn't have a plan. She copied Biden's plan, and it's like 4 sentences, like run, spot, run. 4 sentences that are just, we'll try and lower taxes. She doesn't have a plan. Take a look at her plan. She doesn't have a plan.
Donald Trump left us the worst attack on our democracy since the Civil War.
President Trump will give you a minute here to respond.
Good. Number one, I have nothing to do, as you know, and as she knows better than anyone, I have nothing to do with Project 2025. That's out there. I haven't read it. I don't want to read it purposely. I'm not going to read it. This was a group of people that got together. They came up.
So people now come out saying that Kamala was given the damn questions. Now I believe that. I can't prove it, but she did better than I ever, because Kamala's a moron. So she did better than I thought she would do, but she didn't really have any policies, and she's raving crazy. I'm gonna come on tonight too after Joby does the show, so I'm home for one day. I'm gonna come and do a show later tonight and do the whole thing, because this, she never gave any policy. She wanted to defend open borders, because now that people know that these damn illegal aliens have been flooding the United States. So there's no more gaslighting. There's no more these fake. I was waiting for goddamn Trump to call them fake news, because they didn't want to admit these damn illegal aliens were all running across this goddamn country. Everybody knows they're in here. And he didn't bring up the part about them giving them free money for food, free money for housing, free money. That's where he should have hit her over the head. You talk about you here to help the black community. Why are these people flooding the black community? And black community not giving any free housing. You're not giving any free food. You're not getting any free goddamn money to buy shit. But all these illegal aliens are. So explain that. And then you got California giving illegals free money for housing, but they don't want to give black people reparations. Explain that. So I hope I wish he was more learned. He could have hit her across the head with that, because their whole policies are completely crazy. And they also want to stay in these endless wars. So he should have hit in the head with that. He did say nothing about Putin. They got you all illogical. He's right. He fired those people. If people not doing good, you're supposed to fire. He's right. So he's talking about all these people went against him. He fired their ass. You think people gonna like you after you fire them for not doing a good job? That's what you're supposed to do. But they want to keep these in this. She started talking that Ukraine shit and Putin invading Ukraine. That's a lie. Putin never invaded no damn Ukraine because America overthrew Ukraine. The CIA overthrew Ukraine and put a puppet in their name, a homosexual puppet named Zelensky. See, these are facts. Nobody even lies about this no more. The CIA in 2014 overthrew Ukraine because they were trying to go in also into Russia and break it up. It wasn't the whole thing was to go into Russia and break it up like they did Africa, make all these goopy countries out of Russia, like you got all these goopy countries in Africa. Break it up and then control the resources from there. And so, you support democracy, and he didn't bring up that. What's he talking about? There's no democracy in Ukraine. Remember, Zelensky suspended all democratic institutions. He suspended the news, so there's no free news. I mean, there's no freedom of speech in Ukraine, but you can have real news. He suspended. He even got rid of the church. He said the church needs to shut up. All democratic institutions he banned in Ukraine, so there's no democracy there. He should have said that. She's talking all this asinine nonsense. So, you get a real debate, you just bust her over the head. Ready to debate, perhaps they did. She knows the credit. Okay. But the polls show overwhelmingly people believe Trump won. Even with them, because of course they're going to rig the election, the thing, but because that's the J media. They own all the media, so of course. And remember, I looked at the post-game shit of the shit. They were like, oh, Kamala was so great. She did a great job and how good she was. And Trump needs to shut up and blah, blah, blah. So you're right. There's always bias to their puppet they want to put in there. But I think these MAGA nuts are so overwhelming, they're not going to be able to steal it this time. It's overwhelming because they're not like black people. Crackers like, you ain't going to steal it this time, goddammit. We looking at all this shit. So they're going to need some kind of World War III to break out or something so this election don't start, because even the polls after that showed that overwhelming majority believe Trump won that debate. Overwhelmingly. Even with Kamala cheating and them helping her, people still believe she lost. And that's what they really want. They want a civil war. Exactly right. Because if they steal it from Trump again, these white people are going to go crazy in the streets. And then all these legal aliens are going to get their work. You're right. Because if they still did these MAGA nuts, you're right. They want that civil war, Jason. You're exactly right. But I don't think they're going to be able to steal it. I don't think the CIA is going to be able to steal it this time. That's why you had Zuckerberg coming out, they made me do stuff. They made me cheat. And they know his ass helped cheat during the last election. They know Google's cheating through this election. All your search engine, as Dr. Epstein showed, let me see if I can find this video. As Dr. Epstein has showed, let me show this video real quick. This guy named Dr. Epstein, they did a whole, they murdered his wife, and his whole life, like he says, my whole life has been destroyed, taking on the elite. Let me go find it. Let me see this. Let me find this video. I'll see if here. If it's on Rumble. Give me a second. Let me find this damn video. The fake Russiagate is back to lies. Let me see this. Here's one. This O one to see. What's I'm looking for? In front of Epstein Island. That's not it. No, see, look. Might not be on this. I might have to go. Yeah, because he might put it on Rumble. I don't think he put it on his channel. Let's see here. Yeah, give me a second. Let's see here. Next, yep, I don't think he's. Yep, I don't see it on here. There you go. Hour. I think I'm about to go to Rumble. I don't see it even on here. There's certain things you can put on. Yeah. Oh God, let me go to Rumble. Shit, I don't see it on this thing here. You know, with censorship being so bad, you can't even find. People got YouTube channels, but you can't find none of that shit on YouTube. They know not to put it on there. Go to Rumble. Here. There we go.
Sorry, guys.
I go. Joe, what you talking about? What are you talking about? Here we go. Here it goes. Gets heated. Okay. Not gonna show the whole thing, but let me. Why can't I push the button? What the hell's going on? You gotta sign in? Oh, let me sign in there. We gotta see it. Okay. Hit the button now. Why can't I push the button? What's going on? Why can't I play this shit? Oh, let me go here. IP. Wow. I can't push nothing on this damn thing. God damn. Damn.
You're gonna pick up a video?
I'm trying to pick up a video. I can't. Let me share it with you real quick. I can't get it to play on this thing. I'm gonna share with you. I can't get it to play real quick. Let me share with you. We're about to wrap it up. You got to get out of here. Let's see. Your food done?
Almost.
Okay. Let me see if I can. Let me send this to you real quick. Let me go here. Let me go to Rumble. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. White people are really serious about Trump. Yeah, it's a cult. They're serious. Exactly right. Exactly right. Jason, they're serious. We fuck around. This ain't gonna be like the third. They know that election was stolen. They try to make Trump like a fool when he mentioned it. When he mentioned it last night in the debate. See, I know that election was stolen. Oh, he's crazy. Remember she said, he's crazy. Thinking we stole unless he's still talking about it when we clearly won. He said, you can say what you want. The evidence is there. I know I won that election. And of course, the fake J media tried to gaslight him. He said, but you bet not steal it now. Remember, he said, I'm going to lock all your asses up. Like, hey, he's talking about being a dictator then. He told you if you're doing treason, you've been stealing elections. We know that the CIA's been stealing elections all over the world. So the idea that you thought they weren't going to be stealing them here, you absolutely out of your mind. We know the CIA steals elections around the world. The idea you thought they weren't going to do it at home, because we know that the president don't control this country. We know that's a farce. It's a facade. It's fake. We know the Congress don't control this country. We know it's a certain group. Everybody was all jumping down for Netanyahu. Yeah, screaming like, what? Motherfucker's the president of Israel. What the fuck is they doing? So, let me share this video real quick, guys. Let me go to the page. There it is. Okay. Video. Look at that. Here we go, right here. So this is Dr. Epstein. Shit is with Joby. Come on. Okay, share it. Where's the share button? There it is. Okay. No.
There is one.
So Dr. Epstein's gonna get mad because he wants to tell the seriousness of how Google and them has been stealing elections. I see he didn't put it on his YouTube channel. He only put this on Rumble. He knows who owns goddamn YouTube. All right, Joe, I send it to you. But so anyway, this is Dr. Epstein. They destroyed his whole life, right? They destroyed his whole life. And so him coming out showing that the algorithm, you know, because Google's not, don't get it searches what you're supposed to ask it for, but now it searches fake ass. It brings you back, when you ask for shit, it brings you disinformation, lies, obfuscation. Same way Facebook does, and all these other fake ass social media that Zuckerberg was talking about. Oh, was forced to do it, all that lies. He was doing it anyway because the CIA created that. So anyway, you have Dr. Epstein showing that Google. So whenever you type, and I have Joby type something in there, now it always brings what they want you. It takes you what they want you to see, what they want you to believe, not what's real anymore. Because remember, it's always to shape your narrative so they can create your reality. That's why you got Barack Obama, no good ass out here talking about we need to shut down and stop the media, stop social media. We need to stop people talking. Same thing Kamala said. We need to stop the people from talking and knowing the truth, and we need to stop it. It hurts democracy. Having a lack of information, guys, helps a democratic republic. We're not a democracy, we're a republic. They keep giving that fake term, democracy. America's not a democracy, we are a republic. We're not supposed to function as a goddamn democracy. We're supposed, that's why they had you say that pledge to the flag, to the republic, for what it stands for. It doesn't say to the democracy. It says, I pledge allegiance to America, to the republic that it stands. We're not a democracy, we're a republic. This interview can see, so this is Dr. Epstein till he's lost everything.
In Los Angeles, we'll be in Tempe, Arizona, and we'll be in Burbank, California. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets. We have special guests with us. Dr. Epstein is the senior research psychologist at the American Institute for Behavioral Research and Technology, a Harvard PhD, a former editor-in-chief of Psychology Today. Exactly. He's also an author, journalist, and has held positions in...
Exactly, Ross. They're trying to set it up to cheat again, to steal. They tell you ballots might come in late after the election. Get ready to cheat again. Exactly. These fake ballots that come in from nowhere. Exactly. That's illegal. You can't have no elections after ballots come in after the election. But the league want to make sure they keep control because this is the WF, this is the WHO. This is all the wicked shit they want to put forth in the planet. But you go ahead, Joe, whenever you get done, whenever you get ready.
Several universities, including Boston University, University of California, and Harvard. His Tech Watch project, that's why he's on here. He's got a Tech Watch project.
What, you got that remote control or something you hit?
No.
Damn, I thought you could just see you away. How you hitting the play button?
It's a 24/7 online monitoring system dedicated to stopping Google and other big tech companies from manipulating our elections and indoctrinating our children. That's just very real. We've had him on. Welcome back to the show, Dr. Robert Epstein. Hi, doctor.
Hi, doctor. Oh, no, you're not a doctor. You're not a doctor. Never mind.
Okay. I think you're on some of that stuff Kamala Harris was on for that interview.
Yeah.
So do you want me to play this video and then we can talk about it?
Sure.
All right. So there's a video from your organization, and everybody check this out.
Warning. This is an urgent message from the Tech Watch Project. Google and other big tech companies are going to rig the 2024 elections.
A new study says that Google's search algorithm could actually help steal the presidency.
The biggest potential manipulator in this election is Google.
I'm really just fascinated with what you've discovered regarding Google search results and how this actually affects the outcome of elections.
I'm telling you that it's much bigger and badder than you could possibly.
So understand, guys, whenever we look up for Google shit, it's all now controlled. They never wanted to send you to real information. They want to send you to propaganda that they control. And so whenever you search some shit, you can't trust Google. It's all propaganda. And so that's what this doctor is telling you. Now, every search result is the search is the thinking they want to install in your mind. It's all propaganda. It's never a real search anymore. They send you to their propaganda, to their goddamn shit. When you ask a question, it sends you straight to their propaganda, not to no real information. And so that's what he's talking about. There's completely controlled propaganda you're being sent through on their fucking fake ass search engine. That's why they're the biggest search engine in the world. They control 90% of the search engines on the planet. 90%. So 90% of the people on the planet don't know what the fuck is going on. What's real? Everybody's living in a fake reality, a Google reality, which is a propagandist ass lies. Go ahead, Joe, whenever you're ready.
Possibly imagine.
Since 2013, under the leadership of Dr. Robert Epstein, the Tech Watch Project has been investigating the power of big tech corporate influence in our election system. The research has shown how Google can sway millions of votes without people even knowing it.
What Robert Epstein has found is that Google has systematically manipulated search results, and they do it particularly to influence elections.
People blindly trust high-ranking search results over lower ones.
The controlling of algorithms on Facebook, Google, and TikTok, and what people can see and search is a huge deal.
If we don't stop them in the 2024 election, Google alone will be able to shift between 6.4 and 25.5 million votes to one candidate.
So the bad news is that the system is rigged, but there is a solution, and this is how it's done. Recently, the Tech Watch Project launched the world's first nationwide monitoring system to track big tech manipulations in real time. They have analyzed over 90 million instances of big tech censorship, biased influence, and suppressed information. When activated, a reduction in political bias can be measured, proving that the system is effective. But there is still much work to be done before the elections. The Tech Watch Project needs additional resources to continue and expand comprehensive monitoring, data collection, and analysis across all 50 states.
We need a bigger system. We need to be monitoring a lot more than just search results. We have to look at news feeds and tweet suppression and all kinds of things.
And that means your support is crucial in this David versus Goliath battle against big tech. Go to techwatchproject.org to give your support so that we can hold these companies accountable and ensure a fair digital landscape for everyone.
Now remember, the CIA created all these companies, okay? The CIA created all these companies. Google, Facebook, all of them are CIA. All of them. So what you're seeing is how the CIA uses their fucking platforms to control elections and steal them. So that's what Dr. Epstein is talking about, and they've come at him like he's telling the truth. They've already, his wife died, allegedly, okay? They destroyed his name. They destroyed him because he's fucking with the big boys who control this planet. And like he said, his whole life has been destroyed. He said he had a meltdown on Joe Rogan's show because ain't nobody doing shit about it. He said, my whole staff, we've been destroyed. We can't go nowhere. We can't eat. We can't. Our bank accounts have been seized. We're broke. We're fucked up because you're fucking with the real thing, the CIA. He said, my whole life has been destroyed. Has this even been worth it? That's when they talk about the heated arguments going to start. And it's been worth it. My whole life is fucking destroyed. My wife has died in suspect manners. They know. He don't want to say. They know what happened to his goddamn wife. You fucking with the power of the planet now. So when you look at these fake ass, like I tried to tell cameras, this Google shit is fake, man. You gotta understand the CIA, whatever you search for now is all controlled propaganda. It's all, they send you to some shit that ain't even real. It's to control your reality. And that's what he's telling you. So that's how they can also win steal elections, by controlling your reality. You don't know which way is up. You don't even know what the truth is no more. Oh, go ahead, Joby. If you're there. Still cooking. Might be still cooking. Give me something.
So now we've talked to you about this before. This is very real. That Google has the ability, because it decides what you see when you Google something, and when you look something up, what you don't see. It decides what ads you see, what ads you don't see. These are all decided by human beings and algorithms that create those algorithms. And you're saying that it could swing as many as up to 25 million votes, and you've documented this.
Yes, all my work is published in peer-reviewed journals. So it's very rigorous scientifically. And right now we're collecting data 24 hours a day from the computers.
That means what he's saying is not propaganda. He's not making. He says peer review. So what he's telling you is factual. That Google is still in elections. Okay, and this is all throughout the world, I'm sure, because the CIA controls Google. They created the shit. So this is the theft, and also what you actually look up. Just is day-to-day knowledge. It's all propaganda. It's all made up farce. It's all fake. It's all fake news. Go ahead, Joby.
Of a politically balanced, emphasis on politically balanced group of more than 15,000 registered voters in all 50 states, 24 hours a day, we're collecting that data. That video mentioned more than 90 million. We've preserved more than 90 million ephemeral experiences on Google and other platforms. Well, actually, we're now past 99,700,000, and within a few days, we will cross that 100 million mark, which is hard for me to believe, but we're collecting a tremendous amount of data, analyzing it in real time, and if people go to americasdigitalshield.com, americasdigitalshield.com, they can see a public.
When he's saying ephemeral, that's your emotional attachment to, you think you're looking at real information. You get like, wow, look at this, look at what I'm learning. You don't know you're learning bullshit and propaganda. So you get an ethereal moments, an emotional attachment that you think you're actually looking at some real shit, but actually you're looking at propaganda. And so it controls your world narrative, and your reality is completely fucked up. It's a lie. You've been fed lies. That's what he's telling you. Go ahead, Joby. You could have ate on camera, Joby. Eat your food.
Actually, I want to pack and go. It's almost midnight.
Is it almost that
dashboard?
We got Joby out of here. Let's talk for 5 more minutes, Joby. We'll end it.
They can see the data flowing in. They can see our analyses occurring in real time. It's updated every 5 minutes. It's showing extreme political bias sufficient to shift, yes, upwards of 25.5 million votes in the presidential election. There's some graphs down below, some images of all 50 states, and you see the red states and the blue states in one picture. And the other picture, you see red or blue, depending on whether Google is sending politically biased content that's leans to the left or leans to the right. If it leans to the left, we show blue. If it leans to the right, it shows red. In that map of the United States, all 50 states right this second are showing blue.
It's showing blue because remember the Democratic
right this
Party,
second, right
like
now,
all 50 states. Because the Democratic Party
you're saying
by the people that run
that Google
So it's complete showing that it's all going Democratic because the Democratic Party is completely captured by the cats that run this planet. And so all propaganda is going towards Kamala Harris, right? And all the left-wing nonsense that they want to create. So he's telling you that you're dealing with a completely captured party. They're both captured, but the Democratic Party even more so because Trump somehow has led a rebellion of crackpot crackers, to go against the system. So they've been completely abandoned by the Republican establishment. That's why you see the Republican establishment now endorsing Kamala Harris, because they're back and she's their candidate. That's why she didn't have to go through any elections. As Donald said, this lady didn't get one vote. What is she doing here exactly? How is she the Democratic candidate for president? She never got one damn vote. What kind of democracy is this? She's like me and Joby. Me and Joby ain't never got no vote for president. Why are we not up there running? Where's our vote? Shit, we never got one goddamn vote like her. How's this even credible? Because they're telling you in your face, we run everything now. They're openly telling you that this shit is fraudulent. It's not real. And they got people talking about doing that Democratic fake fake Democratic convention. Barack Obama, you're a big Mike up there talking about Barack Obama gets up every day thinking about democracy. If he's thinking about democracy, how you got a woman that never got a goddamn vote? If he's thinking about democracy every goddamn day, how do we got a woman up here who's never got a vote? But we're going to wrap that up, family. I'll be back on tonight, guys. You got to let Joby get out of here. It's late. She got to go home. Shit. So I'm going to come back on later tonight because I'm home for one day. I'm home right now, as you guys can see. So I come back on at 9 o'clock Eastern tonight and do a whole thing on this debate. Let's see everybody back then. Let Joby eat her food and go home. What's love, family?
It's at home even. I'm just gonna eat ahead. I've just packed it.
Oh, you packed it already? Damn, you cooked and packed it? What'd you make? Kylie and what?
Beef.
Boy, Airtime's coming after you.
For me, But much love, family. Have yourselves a beautiful, beautiful night. And see you guys on Friday, same time, same place, right here. Shout out to everyone who has been here with us on Twitter, on YouTube, everyone good platforms. Thank you.
Yeah, shout out everybody on Twitter. So we got a lot of people on Twitter again. Oh, you people always on Twitter. It's crazy. It's crazy. No, don't get it. There you go.